All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying podcast. I have a super exciting guest today, a wife, a mother, a girl boss, a teacher, just an all
Hey.
around baddie. Chelsea Gaurriello is with me today. You might know her as Learn with Chelsea. If you're an OG, you know her as Honey Gold. Welcome, babe.
Hi, how are you? I've been looking forward to this for a couple weeks now, so
I
I'm
am
happy
so
we made
excited.
it happen. Nice
Me
to see you.
too.
Nice
Nice
to
to
talk
see
to you.
you. The last
Hi.
time I saw you, I believe you were, the captain of a mega yacht, just
Girl,
living
stop
your
it.
best life.
Not the
You were
captain.
driving the boats, living up,
That
like,
was so much fun, and it was amazing connecting with so many bomb ass boss babes. And yes, I was so happy to see that you were in attendance as well.
no,
That was so fun. I
I'm
can't
gonna
wait
be
till the
wherever
next
the
one.
money team is. I'm gonna
You
be
feel
wherever
me?
the rich people, the seven-figure business owners. That's
Amen to that. That's
I'm
all
easy
that,
to find.
if you're trying to level up, that's just what you need to be on, period. Hanging out with the people, the right people,
Right.
proximity is so
Conversations are
important.
different. Yeah, I agree with that.
Always.
2 million%. So I know you as a master drop shipper, an instructor, a boss babe extraordinaire. But for the people who don't know Chelsea, give them a little behind the scenes of who you are and what you do.
Oh my God, who am I? I am a new mom. I have to start there because that seems to be taking over my life these days. I am a new mom. I have two babies. One is 2 years old. The other is almost 8 months now. Yeah, I'm like losing track, but it's crazy. It seems like just the other day I was like this, young, newly in love woman with no kids, no
No
responsibilities.
responsibilities.
And all my focus was on just getting this bag. And now all of a sudden I have two kids that I have to do it for. So it's been an amazing past few years. Things have happened really fast. I've manifested everything that I now have. So I'm not even mad at it. It happened sooner than I expected, but it's okay. I'm learning to adapt and just watch my life unfold and just, find the blessings in it all. But, I'm a mother, I'm a business owner, I am a friend, I am a fiance. I'm just a normal girl out here chasing my dreams every single day. And
And
I
letting
really,
the dream
you
chase
know,
you.
amen to that. Yeah, it's been amazing. I'm very blessed. I'm very excited to be, here sharing this audience with you on your platform. And hopefully we can, connect with some people, inspire and motivate some people. I know a lot of times we become moms and we kind of lose sight of some of our goals and our aspirations and things like that. So that's a big goal of mine, is to never lose sight of who I am as an individual outside of my kids,
Right.
outside of my man, outside of anything, and just stay true to who I really am, which is someone who likes to help other people do better, in life,
And
period.
that's what we're doing today. That's why you're on the podcast,
Yes.
because yes, your kids are always important, but it's important to think about what Chelsea wants. What's
Facts.
important to you as a
Yes.
human being, even outside of that. I do believe, even though I'm not a parent, I imagine that taking care of Asia is going to make me a better mom.
One
100%.
100%.
So that's why we're going to talk about
100%.
this money today. Look at me
Let's
already on track
do
for
it.
one day if I ever have a
Okay.
regret. I'm already on point.
You
Um,
know, that's
I
all.
was just stalking you on Instagram, like I
Okay.
usually do. And we're talking about how drop shipping changed your life.
Yeah,
It,
100%.
now, you know I love drop shipping. I teach drop shipping. But how has it changed your life? I'd love to hear these stories.
Oh, girl, when I first started, or before I started drop shipping, I was a celebrity makeup artist. I really truly thought like my goal was to be doing makeup touring with the Cardi B's, the Jennifer Lopez's. Like, I just figured, if I was going to do something like makeup, which is applying a service to someone else, I wanted to know what was the top? Like, what was the ceiling in that industry? And at the time, it just seemed like, you got to be attached to the
A
baddest thing
celebrity.
out, the
Right.
baddest celebrity, the most trending viral celebrity, and you got to be up under their wing, on the go with them, traveling the world, and that will be your life. You'll be jet setting with them, you'll be on islands with them, you'll be in videos with them. And that was really cool. That idea was really, really cool for a long time for me. And then my life kind of just shifted. I wanted to start a family. I wanted to have kids. I wanted to still travel and do all those things, but I didn't want to have to be on someone else's time.
Ooh.
That was huge for me. And as I grew my clientele, as I grew as a makeup artist, my time was being more and more spread thin because the jobs were getting bigger, more obligation on my part to be there at the crack of dawn, from sunup to sundown, sometimes traveling, just doing a lot. And it was great, but it was no longer in line with the new life that I was trying to prepare for.
It wasn't sustainable.
It wasn't sustainable or scalable. And that was
Mm.
something that really took a long time for me to understand. But I'm just like, starting to crunch the numbers. And I'm like, I do get paid well. I started off, charging $60 a face as a complete beginner makeup artist, to ending my makeup career at $250 an hour to do makeup,
Ooh.
so I was well paid, but there was still, and there always typically in that type of industry is a ceiling of how much. There's only a certain amount of hours in a day, so many faces you can beat in a day. There's, with
Mm-hmm.
traffic, there's only a certain amount of places you can
You're
commute in
always
a
going to be
day.
trading time for money.
Exactly. And
Got you.
I'm like, how can I felt like a boss somewhat. A part of me, I'd lay in bed at night and be like, I felt good about the fact that I was a freelancer and people were hitting my line, booking me. I was booked and busy. Bitch, I'm not trying to be booked and busy, bitch. Like,
No, I'm trying to chill.
I don't want to be busy at all.
Period. I'm trying to lay down. I don't want to lean
Yes,
in. I
I
want to lay
don't want
down.
to have to talk to nobody. I just wanted to get a bag. And it started anytime I find myself in a position where I start to feel forced and like obligated to do things when I'm sick, or when I'm not feeling it, or when I have a migraine, or when I just don't want to get up out of bed. That's when it just, I don't know if I'm spoiled. I don't know. I just feel like once I get that like feeling about
Yeah.
something,
You
I'd be
ready to
like,
look
I
for
want.
the next thing.
And so, that's kind of the itch that I was getting. And I started doing the math. I started seeing like, no matter whatever the most amount of time I put into this, I can only produce X amount a month or a week or a day or whatever the case. I'm like, okay, if I got an assistant, could they da 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 da? No, realistically, people are booking me because I'm the makeup artist. So
Correct.
it's just like, how can I really blow this up? How can I take what I'm making and 10x that? And I could not come up with like a real solution outside of like maybe owning a makeup salon and hiring. And that was just never a makeup line. That was never really my thing either. I never really wanted to be the lipstick creator, foundation makeup artist who went that route. So it really had me in a position. And at this point in time, I was single. But like I said, I knew that I wanted to start steering my life in a direction to create a family. And so at the same time, my best friend, Brandon, was coming home from prison. And it just so happened that I had just kind of relocated to LA, and he wasn't from LA. We were best friends in Atlanta, but I had moved to LA from Atlanta after leaving a really abusive relationship. And so I was in LA by myself, and I get a call. Well, me and Brandon were communicating while he was locked up. We were communicating via email, and he's like, I come home in like 2 months or whatever it was. And I'm like, where are you going to be at? Like, you going to Atlanta? And he's like, nah, he has a daughter. He's like, my daughter's in Fresno, California. And I'm like, so you're moving to Fresno? No, I'm moving to LA. And I'm like,
Oh.
you're coming to LA? Like, what? Like, how do I go from not having anybody at all in LA to my best friend who's been locked up for 2 years coming home to LA? So I'm like, bro, link up. Like,
Right.
what? Say
Perfect
less.
timing.
Perfect timing. And so it just so happened, like, literally, I was there to surprise him on his first day back, and we've been inseparable ever since. We decided from that moment we would be together, and who is my fiance and father of my two children. But it wasn't always that way. When he came home, he was coming home as a felon. He was coming home to not much money saved up. He was coming home to no opportunities presented to him.
That's
None of what
everybody's
he
story
had.
when they come home, or most
Of
people's story when
course.
they come home.
Yeah.
It's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of doubt. It's a lot of opportunities that are now not available to you. So for you
Whew.
guys to then be best friends and be interested in being in a relationship, how
Yeah.
could you not want to put two brilliant minds together to figure out how we're going to get this money? That's what a power couple
Exactly.
does.
That's what a power couple does. Exactly. And so I really wasn't deterred by the circumstance at all, because I was just head over heels in love. So was he. It was just like perfect. We have known each other for so long. It just felt right to go on this journey together and support each other. Neither of us had ever been entrepreneurs before, even though I thought being a makeup artist did make me an entrepreneur. It really wasn't.
You were self-employed.
This, I was self-employed, 100%.
Right.
Exactly. And so, sorry. But so that was the perfect pivot time in my life to make a transition. I had a man on my side who was down to support me, who I knew was hungry for opportunity as well. And of course, when I told him about how I was feeling with makeup, he was just like, are you serious? Like, right, you're gonna choose now to like totally switch up what you've done for the past 9 years? And I'm
Sure
like,
am.
yeah, no better time, don't you think? And
Yep.
he's just like, well, it's really stable. I'm like, I'm really tired.
Right. I'm
There's got
over
to be
it.
a better way. And so it just led us down this journey of research and exploration of opportunity and finding ways that we could mirror the lifestyle he had. I can't say I was necessarily used to that lifestyle, because the only luxury I had ever experienced was by dating the more affluent type of person. Me as a woman, I was always just getting by. Like, I was a single woman who did well for myself, but I never
We're
really
just
had much
making
to
it.
show for it. It's hard being a
Mhm.
woman. It's like, especially living in LA, like my bills were paid. I never asked anything of anyone. Everything was paid up. I was good, but I just didn't have much else outside of that.
Mhm.
So with him, it was like, we're working with one budget at this point in time, which he wasn't okay with. I wasn't okay with, but it's like life is telling us, like, this is what y'all got right now. So y'all need to
Right.
find a way to make it work. So we knew we were going to have to make things shake really fast. And that put a lot of pressure on us. And so the honeymoon phase was great, but it fizzed out really quick, because we were like, we need to come up with a real plan
Love
fast,
don't pay the bills.
because
Bottom line, love
love
does
don't pay
not
the
pay the
bills.
bills. You guys can love each other all day and night, but you
Yes,
can't eat that for dinner. It's not going to pay
exactly.
for the light bill. So you're in this situation, you're in love, you're in a brand new city, your man just came home. How do we make money? What do we do? How do we get from that to drop shipping?
Okay, so we definitely did and dabbled in different things, network marketing, just anything. We were new to all these opportunities. So once you start searching, you start getting hit with everything. You go on
Right.
YouTube and it's like it opens up a whole new world. And obviously, I was hungry. So I was willing to dip and dabble in a lot of different things. And, nothing really. I'm like, I don't have 3 to 5 years to make it to the
Right.
top of my
Right. Okay.
da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need something to shake right now, and I don't have a lot of resources. I don't have something. I'm not in a position to empty out my bank account. I'm not like, I'm
I'm
working
not
with
going back to
limited
college to
things.
get a 4 year
I'm
degree to
not.
learn something. I need it now. Yeah.
My degree had gotten me nowhere at that point, other than the fact that whenever I'd call home, it was my mom reminding me, you have a degree. Why not just go and use it and get a job? And I'm like, no, bro, like, that's not an option. I've come too far as a makeup artist.
Right. I'm
Okay.
not going back.
I cannot go back to the 9 to 5 life. Of course, it something I was willing to do if absolutely needed for my family? Yes. But would I have been resentful? Yes, because I had come very far as an independent woman to even have to go that route. But again, it was an option. And I was just so determined to find out a solution before that. And so finally, all these different things were amounting to a couple $100 here or there, but nothing even worth me leaving makeup for. Makeup still
Got you. Was paying the bills.
surpassed the network
Hmm.
marketing, the this and that. So I'm like, I guess I'll keep doing my day job and saving up, and thank God for that, because it allowed me. A lot of people complain about their 9 to 5 or, their gig or whatever it was, but that job was paying my bills, and that was keeping me
Mhm.
stress free. It was helping me think clearly. It was helping me not
Yes.
feel like I had to operate out of desperation, which is something I'm very, very blessed for. And so, one day Brandon was living in a halfway house. So while he was home, it was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He was
Yeah.
still in confinement. So every day it was my routine to go pick him up. And from 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, that was our time to run the streets, look for opportunities, research, be together, and try to make the most of our time. And one day we ended up at the library, and I was feeling really defeated because I'm just like, none of the things we're doing are us. Like, I see all these things on YouTube, and I know there's people really making a bag out here. Living in LA, nobody seems to ever have a job. Everybody's just always kicking it.
I live in
So I'm
Miami,
like,
sis. Same thing.
same thing, same thing. So I'm like, what is it that I don't know? Like, what is nobody telling me? Because
Right.
like, people are always happy and living life. Are their parents taking care of them? Like, what are they doing? And
Mhm.
one day I was at the library, and I just picked up a book, and it was like 100 different ways. I think it might have either been 100 or 1,000 different ways to make money online, or
Mhm.
without much needed to start, something like that. And I'm like, let me just look through this stupid manual, like whatever. And I remember skimming through page after page, and I'm literally like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I'm a college graduate. Like, there's no way I'm going to be a dog walker,
Mhm.
a
Donate
errand
blood or
runner.
some silly stuff.
Yeah, like closet organizer. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I'm next level. Okay, like, stop it.
Facts.
What, you know? So I get to the last page, and there it is, drop shipping.
Get
And
out.
I
That was the
literally,
last page in the book.
it was the last page, and it had a summary. Each one had like a short little paragraph underneath, just to kind of summarize what it was, and something about the name drop shipping. I was like, what is that? I've never, everything else I had heard of, and I was just like,
Mhm.
drop shipping. I read the summary, and I had to read it like 10 times. I'm like, so you mean to tell
Ah.
me,
It's
hold
the
up,
light bulb moment. It's the
girl, it
aha.
was
Like, how has
aha,
this been
ha
a
ha ha
thing
ha
for this
ha.
many years and nobody told me about it? It's
That's
legit
exactly,
the best kept secret.
it's the best kept secret. I say that to this day. I'm like, it's like the hack to starting an e-commerce business. It's the
Mhm.
step one of the step one. Like, if you skip
Correct.
this step, that's cool, but you're working harder
Facts.
prematurely.
Facts.
So I read it, and I'm like, you mean to tell me I can get paid to be a middleman? Like, I had done all these
Mhm.
illegal things in the past. So I'm like, I know all about middleman life. I know all
Exactly.
about,
So what's the issue?
tacking my tax on
But
top of
nobody
somebody.
told me that it was
Nobody told
legit.
me.
Nobody
Nobody.
told me I could do this with Wi-Fi and an iPhone. Nobody told
Yeah,
me.
girl,
Yeah.
yes. So it literally just sent me through this, I just became completely obsessed, completely tunnel vision. And I was just like, Brandon, I found it. Like, it's this in this book, number 47, da, 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 da. Like, this is the one we're going to try today. And he's just like, what the hell is that? So, middleman, and where do you get the product from? And then you do what? You don't buy the product, you sell it before you buy it. And I'm like, yep, let's try it.
Isn't it
And
wild that people, I have 1,000 students now, drop shipping. People
amen.
still are like, is this a scam? I'm like, wait, what?
Sometimes I know,
Because the way you
because
have to explain it, people are
yes,
like, this doesn't make sense. I said,
it
I know,
doesn't.
I didn't invent it, but it's real.
I didn't invent it. Trust me. I'm not that good, guys. This is not anything that I've made up or a trend, even. This is something that's been around, being used by really big, well known companies,
Huge for
Walmart, Best Buy.
decades.
It's for
Hmm.
decades. It's nothing new. So, once again, I found out about something in a book, which so many of our people refuse to open books. And,
Woo!
you
Sis, that's a
know,
whole other episode.
I'm
That's episode
telling
two.
you, that's episode
If you
2.
want to hide some good information, put it in a book.
Put it in a book. And that's why I'm so grateful, because it's not even typical of me to be in that library. Oh, I'm not gonna lie,
Mm.
like, since college I haven't read many books at that point. And so for me to have, I felt like it was just God just
Yeah.
telling me,
That was
like,
the
it,
universe
it
telling you to
was,
go and to look at
yeah,
the last page. Because
yeah,
who skims through an entire book, finds absolutely nothing, rolls their eyes, and then on
yeah,
the very last page, the universe put a seven-figure idea in your head?
yeah. Amen. Because that's exactly what it was. And, like you just said, it's so sad, but even with ebooks, even with 16, 15, 20 page ebooks, people don't even get to the end. So it truly was God and the universe aligning in that moment that carried me through to that page, to that opportunity. And something, you know it piqued my interest, thank God, and it made me take action right away. And I was all in from jump. Something about it just told me, like, this is it. You need to go hard with this and figure it out by any means. And I'm just so thankful. Like, that's exactly what we did. And I can't take all the credit at all, because the first 6 months of that process was spent nonstop researching, nonstop, definitely making progress every day, but it's like that unsure, hesitant, scared progress when you don't have nobody who's actually done it with success looking over your shoulder telling you, like, go get Chelsea, that's exactly how that should be, that's perfect,
you're going in the right direction.
You don't know. It's like every day you wake up so excited to work on your business, but you don't even know if
it is a business. Like, is this a hobby? Is
exactly.
it
it's like,
going to fail? Should I keep my makeup brushes clean just in case? Like,
and
what should I do?
It was. Yeah. That's what it was for a long time. For those 6 months of uncertainty, I was still doing the makeup thing, coming home literally on my breaks with my phone, my iPad, watching YouTube, I was doing makeup, thinking about products. Like, everywhere I looked, everything I thought about was
drop shipping. See, guys, that's a major hack. That's a big takeaway. Everybody in the Get Rich crew, I want you to absorb what Chelsea just said. She became obsessed with her idea. She ate it, she drank it, she slept it, she talked to her man about it, she manifested it, she prayed on it, she wrote it down. All day, all night, she got obsessed with it. You guys are so desperate for this, microwave success, and things can come quickly. Her business popped in 6 months, but it popped in 6 months because she spent 19 hours a day thinking about it.
Yep,
reading 100%. About it, investigating it, spending time on social media, really deep diving and giving herself a degree, so to speak, in drop shipping. And that is the only way you guys can get where you want to go quickly, is if you truly deep dive into the field. So after you launched, you got started, tell me when you knew that, all right, this works. I've made, what was it? Was it a dollar amount? Was it a sellout store? What was the thing that proved to you, all right, we're in a good spot, y'all?
Well, 6 months in, I had made a couple sales here and there. It was very dry. It was, obviously my first sale, I still remember, even though it was just one sale, it was still that moment where you're like, holy shit, like, somebody I've never met before just bought something on my website. Like, that was like,
listen, I interviewed 100 people. Every single one of them says the same thing. They can't believe some stranger just bought something from them.
Yeah, it was, I was like, no, there's no, like, is this real? Like, now it was insane. And so after that, I'm like, wondering when my next sales are going to come. And that's when I realized the importance of marketing, because up until this point, I just didn't know. I'm thinking I did all the hard work of building my website, getting my domain. You feel like such a boss. You bought your domain. And it's like, girl, that is
no one knows you exist. That's the easy part.
Girl. Like, you got that one fluke sale. You ain't got another one in the past 2 weeks. Like,
right, now what?
How am I supposed to pay my bills off of this? Right. So that's when I started to explore further, and I realized that there was a whole nother monster associated with this business that I started, and that was the marketing. And that's when the real risk taking and the real mindset shift had to happen. And I thought, in my mind, I had taken 6 months to build this beautiful store and launch, and I, even looking back, I'm like, you're such an idiot, 6 months to do that. But I knew nothing. I was teaching myself, so I'm thinking, I'm still working, so 6 months to get a beautiful store up. I had like 500 products on it.
Oh, girl, of course you did. We all started that way. Okay, I did too.
I had a department store. Business.
Everything.
I was competing
with Amazon, right? Everything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
like, been there. 10,000. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Don't have 500. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't. Jesus. So, it took me 6 months. Okay. A lot of descriptions, a lot of editing. It took me 6 months. And so it wasn't until that point that, like I said, I really realized, marketing was a thing. And I really realized that I hadn't even skimmed the surface of what it was going to take for me to become successful in this space. And I'm not going to lie, it took me a minute to have that reality shift of I need to invest in money.
Yeah.
So I
Hello.
had never done that before.
It's a
And it
scary
sounds
thing.
crazy now. Exactly. It
Mhm.
is, it's a scary thing. And, it does get easier as you make more investments, but every investment I make, even to this day, it still stings a little bit. It doesn't even matter the amount. You just wonder so many things. Like, is this person going to follow through? Are they going to deliver? I don't, even if it's $10, I don't care how
Yeah.
much it is. I still want it to be what I
Worth.
intend it to be when I
And you
buy
want that
it.
ROI,
No,
100%.
exactly.
But
And
that's a
there's
major
so
key,
many.
guys. Investing in your business, spending is one thing. You spend money when you go somewhere and the money's gone and you never see it again. When you invest in mentorship, in classes, in coaching, in working with someone like Chelsea and working with someone like me, you are getting access to years of experience, hundreds and thousands or millions of dollars in sales.
Yep.
YouTube is spectacular. It's a great place to start. I love me some YouTube University, but that will never ever teach you what Chelsea knows. It will never teach you
Not.
what I know. There's no other way to do it other than failing over and over again and being consistent and actually 10xing your product, your sales, and your services. So don't be afraid to deep dive and spend the money. Put your money where your mouth is. And you guys know I talk about manifesting all the time, but you cannot expect something of the universe that you're not willing to do for yourself. If you are not
That's
willing to put a coin behind it, then the
no.
universe ain't interested in giving it to you.
On God, they really. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you can't invest into other businesses, you cannot expect people to want to spend money with your business. Like, it just
Boom.
doesn't work that way. It
That's a
doesn't.
quotable. Put
And
that
it
on a
took me
t-shirt.
so long. It took me so long because even the guy I ended up hiring told me the same thing. Like, you can't expect. He said it straight up. Like, you can't expect to go on YouTube. And he had a YouTube channel. He was a YouTuber. And that's what fucked me up, really, is that, like, okay, I'm talking to the person behind the
The
YouTube
scenes.
channel, and your stuff on YouTube. So why do I have to?
Pay you for
You're getting
this.
it for free here. Why are you charging me? It's just like so many mindset shifts that happen.
Yes.
And he straight up told me, like, you can watch YouTube all day long.
All
You can watch
day
me
until the cows
on
come
YouTube
home.
all day long. He said, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not giving away my gems for free on YouTube.
Boom.
And I was
Yep.
like, to
This is
hear
just
a
a teaser.
YouTuber
This is
tell
just a
you that,
sampler. Yeah, I
to
know.
hear a YouTuber tell you that, you're like, oh, hell no. So
Yeah, light bulb.
this is a real business. Like, you're on YouTube as a business.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not
So
just social media.
I'm like
Yeah.
mind blown. I'm like, whoa. So, like, you're okay. It's just like a whole bunch of light bulb moments. And I finally bit the bullet, and it was so scary. He was charging $4,000 a month.
Mhm.
Insane at the time, especially. And I finally bit the bullet. It took me months to stomach that and
Yeah,
to
for sure.
come into.
That four-figure investment, woo, they hurt,
I was like
especially the
straight
first
out the
time.
gate, and I never
Yeah.
invested, not even in an ebook. I didn't even know what an ebook was at the time. So for me to go from not ever investing
Spending
in myself
$0
ever,
to spending 4 grand. Yeah. But
and
that four
girl,
grand, tell me
oh,
about the return on that investment. Tell me, when did
my
you make that 4 grand
first
back?
month marketing with him, my first month, mind you, I had a store, yes, so I made, okay, so my first month with him applying the marketing to my existing store, I made $21,000.
Woo, honey, that's my
Girl,
type of ROI. And in such a
girl,
short amount of time, 30 days is nothing. To
girl.
make 21 grand,
Yes.
that's nothing.
My
That's
mind was
love.
blown. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, so you want me to pay you the next 4 grand
Ex-
early, or like,
Can
what
I
do I
buy the
actually?
yearly membership? Yeah,
Yeah.
at this point, can I
I'm
just
like,
go ahead and what do we need to do?
girl, it was
Yes.
amazing. I had never seen any money. I had never had that much money in my account
That
ever,
fast. Oh,
ever.
I love it.
And it was amazing. It was nothing but God. I truly manifested that exact amount. I asked God that month when I made that 4K investment. I remember praying in my closet. I was like, God, I had a calendar in there on the wall, and Brandon was like, let's just set a goal. So I first started with 10,000. I added up all my debt. I added up like what it would take for us to pay rent the next month. And I was like, it was like 8 something. I was like, okay, I'm going to ask for 10. I'm going to manifest 10 by the end of the month. And I got to the end of my prayer. I'm like, God, I swear to you, like, if you just help me make 10 grand, I'm going to help every woman, mother, child, every felon, every
dog,
everybody, I promised. And then right before I said amen, I said,
let's make it 20. Oh, won't he do
Lord,
it? Come on.
Hold on. Before I devote my whole existence to this, let me make sure it's real. Goddamn. And I'm going to ask for 20 because I ain't never seen 20 before. And I don't even, if I hit 20, I might like that. I'll know it's you.
Right. Because there's nobody else that could do it. There's no other way.
Exactly. I can't have a fluke moment. And now I got to dedicate my whole existence to this. And I did it on a whim, So when I hit that 21,
you knew.
Said, yes, God.
It was 20 and change. It was 20 and a tip. It was 20 and a tip. Won't God do it? So
girl,
wait,
and then
how
the
did you get?
Month,
yes, tell me.
42,000.
See,
okay?
that's
so
what I'm talking
it
about.
Continued
doubled up.
Scales, doubled up. And in less than 5 months after that, we had made over $100,000. It was like 111, I think, $1,000. Girl, like what? Life changed. Oh, like game over. Everything. My family now, everybody calling me like, wait, you're doing what? Wait, what? Mm-hmm. What was that thing you said? Are you still doing that little thing? Yup. Mm-hmm. Girl, it was just like my whole life just changed.
Yeah, overnight.
And it was over. I've never looked back since. I obviously didn't get into teaching right away because I realized very quickly like how big of a responsibility it was, and success was happening very fast, and I was still new. I was learning. I didn't understand really what was happening, why things were happening. I just saw sales were coming in, but I was still very much dependent on my mentor, and so I wasn't confident yet at all.
It wasn't even time. You hadn't put in the work yet.
Yeah, no, brand new, and so lots of learning curves, all of that, and so it took me 2 years. 2 years to feel confident, and within 2 years I had made $500,000, had lost a ton of money, had made a bunch of mistakes, closed stores, opened stores, reopened old stores, the whole nine. People think like first product, first store, it's supposed to be a winner, it's supposed to take off.
That is not how it works, guys. Don't let Instagram fool you.
Please don't. Please, I don't even, girl.
It's a roller coaster.
It was such a roller coaster. I did not know what I was doing. I was testing. I was reinvesting. I wasn't paying myself $100,000. I wasn't balling out. I still didn't feel like I had the money to do any of that. I was literally trying to make sure that I never went broke again. And I just needed to continue to keep products in the pipeline. I needed to continue testing and investing in my ads and my marketing. I needed to keep refining what I had, optimizing every day to get better. And
it's paid off. It paid off tenfold because
it paid off.
You're in a 7-figure brand. You've got multiple businesses. You've got students. You're teaching it. Give the people a tip. So I teach Dropshipping 101, beginner's level, baby steps. Dropshipping 102 doesn't even launch till the summer. You are at a higher level with your classes and your students. Give the people a dropshipping hack that they're sleeping on. Drop just a little gem on the streets.
I think, a lot of people that I meet that are like new to dropshipping, they come into it, yes, with the whole branded mindset. Anything that you're trying to do with like a longevity aspect is a positive thing. And, building a brand is obviously most sustainable and all that. But there is a difference between, when you're drop shipping, people come in and they start immediately wanting to sell things that they want to sell, things that they like, things that they think are cute and fly that their friends would hopefully buy. Drop shipping is just not like that. It's a numbers game. We're here to work smarter,
not harder.
Not harder. We're not trying to reinvent. We're not typically we're not the creators, the designers. We're not the ones that are like passionate about the product.
Correct. I'm passionate about the money.
I'm passionate about the money, and I'm not afraid to goddamn admit it. But too often I get those clients that are just like, I have a sketchbook of designs and I want to drop ship lingerie and I want the best quality, and I'm like, baby, save that for when you're ready to market yourself as the business owner and the brand and be the face of your company and model the hell out of that lingerie and really own it and sell it. I'm just here to sell a damn fidget spinner. Or period.
Period.
me
And
some
I don't feel
headphones.
any way about it.
Just
Okay.
give me a damn,
Yeah.
give me a phone stand, and I'm
Literally.
gonna sell it. Like, so my thing, what has brought me the most success, I would say, is selling things that have high perceived value and things that solve a problem. And my students who listen to that advice take off so much quicker than the ones that are, I hate to say, hard-headed, because I get it,
They're just
but
misguided. They're misguided. They think, I have this conversation with my students all the time. 100%. People are coming to me and they're like, oh, I want to drop ship clothes. I'm like,
no, I'm like,
no. The very first thing I talk about in my class is no. First of
me
all,
too.
if you're here for clothes, you're in the wrong program. So let's go ahead
Yeah,
and get you out of it. Why don't
same.
you drop ship refrigerators, sis? Let's
Anything
make some
else?
money with some air fryers. Let's do anything
Anything.
other than that, because in this brand, in this business, it can catapult you to other levels where you can deep dive, like you said, into those businesses that you're passionate about. Here, we just want to run up the check. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't have to do
Period.
all of that. So that is a
Period.
huge, huge hack. I agree 100%. I think my
Yeah.
next brand, my next drop shipping store, I'm going to be selling like caskets. Okay? I'm going to sell something that people need.
There's a need for
They
it.
need it.
Like, it's
People die
not
every
people.
day.
People are insistent on working harder, and I'm just
I
here
don't
to
know
be
why.
like,
No.
sis, this is not your personal brand. Like,
Right.
just chill,
There's
save
a
that one for
need.
later.
Yes, I
So problem solving products, and that just applies to life. I've learned so much from drop shipping and being a drop shipper. If you can navigate life being a problem solver for not only yourself but for other people,
oh, you're gonna win, and you're
you're
always
gonna
gonna make money.
win. You're always gonna make money. You will never go broke again. Like, you don't have
Yep.
to feel like you need to be a drop shipper. You don't have to feel like you have to have this big, huge brand, amazing, well known.
Just keep
If you
solving
just
problems.
navigate life and you be an asset to others and you be of value to others, it's impossible for you to be a broke person. Like,
Major,
it's
major life
impossible.
hack. Major, and we're only on question number 2, y'all. We in trouble.
Amen.
Chelsea is going to give us so much tea. This is gonna be a 3-hour
Yes.
episode. Okay, I got a question for you. So I need to have a cocktail. Okay, it is what, 6:45 my
You are
time
so
p.m.
funny.
You know the name of the show is Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying.
Oh
I know
man.
Chelsea likes to have a beverage. Are you on the
Man.
mom juice? What is it,
So,
wine? What is your energy? What is the get drunk cocktail of the week?
man, I'm gonna be on record as your worst podcast host, because your girl is a smoker. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay,
Oh,
I'm a smoker, a
okay, you're not a
big, big
drinker.
smoker. I'm not a drinker, and I
Got
think
you.
I almost have a freaking allergy because
Really? Okay,
I
no, so you
can't
don't want
drink
that.
anything.
Does
I
it put you
do
on your butt?
it butt head at the same time type vibe.
Got
Like,
it. So
oh,
you
okay,
upside
it's like
down
a
and inside out.
spin.
Okay,
It's like a
got it.
break
Spin move.
dance move. On the inside though, on the outside you wouldn't really know. On
I'm
the outside,
screaming, y'all.
I
I
pretty
can't.
much try to keep it together. But on
Got
the
it.
inside, it's like somersaults, backflips,
Oh
cartwheels,
no, we
all
can't
at
have
once.
that. We can't. Okay, we don't want that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm a
Okay.
smoker. It keeps my anxiety down and it helps me, navigate through life. When I do, I do enjoy wine every now and then. That's a little different.
Okay.
That's not,
Got it.
not really worth talking about. But and I'm a mimosa and brunch type of girl.
Okay.
So,
Deal. I
I
will
try to
take
be
that.
cool. I try to be cool,
But it just ain't for you. It don't vibe with,
Yeah.
with your
It
system.
it doesn't,
Got you.
but I get kind of jealous. Like, I do wish I'd be seeing it and it looks so cute. Little cheers. I'd be like, cheers, and put it right back down. I'm not even
Sis,
gonna front.
let me tell you one thing that I don't smoke. I've never smoked, but in my mind, y'all get the vibes without the calories. Okay, I'm out here drinking, and
That's what I'm
I gotta
saying.
get
Like,
on the treadmill to work it out. So you're
yeah.
winning. Don't
See,
you worry about it. You stay
I'm
slimmer.
telling you, you should just cross over. It's great. It's
Ooh.
great. You should. You
Okay.
should
See,
just,
I had an edible one time. I'm gonna have to tell
Okay,
you
that's
this
different.
off
That's
here,
different.
but
That's different. We don't. Yeah, those are not in the
I
mix.
tried it once. It's not for me. It's not for me. Yeah, the somersaults and backflip. Yep, that was me.
No,
I'm not built for
that'll
the
do
trees.
it.
I ain't built
That'll
for
do
it.
it. That'll do
Um,
it.
I know that you've always used Instagram as a tool to build your brands, but you've had some failures on that platform too. You've lost some pages. Like, give me a little bit of backstory on What
Man.
happened with your Instagram journey?
Instagram's been rough. It's been the most biggest blessing I've ever experienced, literally, financially.
Okay.
It definitely, as a makeup artist, it got me clients. I've been monetizing my social media since I got on the platform. And I'm thankful for the skill set that's grown because of it, because I can make money with 1,000 followers the same way as I can with 50,000. So it's fine, but I'm a principled person. It just hurts. It hurts
Yeah.
to know that you can invest hundreds of thousands of dollars with a platform, a company, and not own any of the material and lose
They
it.
can just
Uh,
snatch
you
it away
know,
whenever they want. What was the basis of that? How did you lose your page?
I lost my page due to somebody impersonating my account.
Ooh.
And it's happening so often now. It's just kind of crazy. This happened to me back in November of 2020. And, I didn't see it coming, obviously, had no clue, but it had just happened to a friend of mine who they made a fake page of him and then started asking people to send money to them and
Yep,
they're in
that's how it goes.
distress
Like in the DMs, they start
in the
asking
DMs.
people and they take your picture. They, no shade, y'all. I love y'all. Why do y'all follow for that? Why do you fall for that? Why? If I've had this
Man,
page for this many years, my face is all over it. You know how it's spelled. You know the link. You know me in DMs. Hell, video chat me. Okay, anything. But why are you
exactly.
sending money to strangers? I've never asked you for it.
Exactly.
Why do people fall for that?
I don't know. I don't know, but and I don't even know how many people fell for it or what, but I do know that I tried to do the right thing and I was like, report it, obviously report it.
Right.
And so I tried to I reported it and a bunch of other people reported it, and I think just in the investigation process of it all, they just, I don't know, honestly, I wish I
Instagram
could make
just was
sense of
like,
it
nope,
because
I'm
it's so
not
obvious.
keeping either one. Right.
Yeah, so it is what it is. For a long time, I was hopeful that I would get it back. I haven't. I put a lot of money and time into dwelling on it,
Yeah.
and I just had to get back to work.
That's
Ultimately, I
all
had
you
to
can
stick
do.
to what I, yeah, stick to what I know, to build your audience back
And
up and
start
your
over.
business back up and start over. And that's just part of being a resilient business owner, because you're always going to have those setbacks. You're always going to have
Yep.
challenges. It's
Especially
not the
using a
first
platform you
time,
don't own. It just is what
you
it
know,
is. And
it
just a
is what
little
it is.
tidbit on that, guys. That has happened to me. I've been there with my clothing boutique. I lost my entire Instagram. And because I was a young entrepreneur, didn't know any better, I did not own those customers. I didn't
Oh,
have an email list built. So I was just starting from nothing,
that's
nothing. Talk about
so hard.
playing yourself. So this is your
Oh,
message and your word right now from Chelsea and I. Always, always, always own those customers. Get those
have to.
emails, get those phone numbers, get a different relationship with them on your website. Have that Facebook pixel so you can always retarget. Always, 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 because Instagram could go away tomorrow. Snapchat could die, TikTok could die, Twitter could, you never know what could happen. You always want to own your customers so that if nothing else, you are in those emails, you are in those text messages, or whatever the case may be.
100%. 100%. So that's the story behind why Honey Gold is no longer Honey Gold. People DM me to this day like, "Are you still Honey Gold?" And it's like, "Yes, I will always." You know what I mean? I made my transition from being a broke, not, I can't say broke, struggling makeup artist, but in my mind, compared to how I live
Yeah,
now
compared to
and
now.
how my
Yeah, yeah,
life
yeah.
is, I was still very paycheck to paycheck type girl,
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that is broke. That's not freedom. That's the
Oh,
opposite of freedom.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, I made that transition as Honey Gold, and that's why it's such a painful thing for me, because I look back and I'm like, I'll like never forget who that person is or was, and like
And the
what I
connections you made
came
there.
from.
Yeah.
Yes, it was such a beautiful transition for me. So yeah, Learn with Chelsea is obviously how I brand myself now, because I lost my page twice back to back. I came back as the real Honey Gold, thinking,
Oh,
hello
that
Instagram,
would work.
it's me again, but this is a
Yeah.
new page, and they shut it down again because
Actually,
I guess,
Instagram, if you're listening, just verify us. Come
come
on
on,
now.
like, come
Just
on
give
with it,
give me a blue. I
man.
don't care about a blue check, but I just don't want to deal with the shenanigans. So
Exactly.
give Chelsea and I a blue check if you are listening and you
Please,
are
like,
VIP on the gram. Hook us
seriously,
up because I'm
hook
sick
it
of
up
it.
already.
Facts.
Already.
I've got
So
another question for you. I know that you are a manifestation girl like me. We aligned on that immediately.
definitely. Right.
How did you uncover manifesting? Like, what was your aha moment? We know in drop shipping, you read it in a book. Who put you on game to manifesting, and what type of things have you manifested in your life other than this good old seven-figure business?
Man, I came about manifesting just throughout my entrepreneurship journey of YouTube and researching how to become successful as an entrepreneur. It just seemed like it was so easy for certain people, and I was starting with the self-doubt and just like, why is it not, working for me? Why? And it just led me down a path of research on YouTube, and I just kept coming back to mindset and switching your mindset and the way you think about things and what you put into the universe and how you talk about yourself, and with the energy that you put out is what you get back, and the secret. And that was my first introduction to that whole world of manifestation and mindset, was through The Secret years and
Mhm.
years ago.
Most people.
And yes, and then it kind of came back around once I became an entrepreneur, and I'm like, whoa, law of attraction, and like, you really do got to change the way you think. And honestly, like, it's so true, it's so real. Like, I got a journal. I started going to different conventions and different meetups and things like that, and listening to other people, speakers and things. And that's one thing that they always had in common, is that they read books and they manifest, they write things down, they speak out into the universe. And I got my hands on a book called It Works. And it's like a 10-page book, maybe 20. It's so small, and it's literally like this big, and
Tiny.
it's teeny tiny. And in that book, it talks about how, like, if you just implement what the book teaches you, your life will change, and how
Let me
you
go
have
on
to.
Amazon and grab this real
I'm
quick.
telling you,
Thank you, friend, because
yes,
I know nothing
yes,
about
it's
it.
like
Okay.
$3 or something.
Perfect. Buying
And
it.
telling you, and it tells you to basically write down your affirmations, the goals you want for yourself, and to speak them out loud 3 times a day for, I think it says 3 weeks or 3 months, I don't remember, but it's something crazy. And when you read it, you're like, there's just no way I'm supposed to walk around 3 times a day and say this out loud, and and it feels weird as hell.
Of
But
course.
I did it, and every day it became more and more natural to say these things. It felt more and more believable that they were real things that I could accomplish. And, it just got better and more fluid for me. And, eventually I stopped doing it. And I remember months later, I found that journal. I think we moved or something. I found that journal and I opened it, and I was like almost in tears,
Oh.
because I was on the phone with like my business bestie at the time. And I realized, like, as she's talking, I'm like skimming through and I'm reading, and I'm like, bro, I manifested you. Like, what we're doing right now is right here. It's number 87 on my affirmation list. Bitch,
Yes, at number 87. I know that's
I was
right.
going through a list of like 200 affirmations 3 times a day, bitch. That was half my day. I'm like, you will be a millionaire.
But
You
that's
will
the
be.
point. You're training your subconscious brain to understand and accept that you deserve all the abundance in the world, that
Yep.
you're brilliant, that you're beautiful, that you're capable, that you are a seven-figure business owner, that you
Yep.
are the first millionaire or billionaire in your family, that your
Amen.
kids will never yearn. That's what it is. I believe in manifestation wholeheartedly. It has changed my life. Actually, while we're on the subject, I have a list of 50 free magnetizing money affirmations. I will drop it in the show notes, guys. I got you
Do it.
VIP just for y'all, but I believe 100%. And what a beautiful, like, full
Yeah.
circle moment that you were looking through
Yeah.
your journal and you're like, wait, I really did everything I said I was going to do.
Everything
It's
from Brandon
scary.
proposing, when he proposed, at the way,
And how accurate it can be.
everything insane. So, I'm so thankful for that, and for just knowing that the way I was thinking before when I was broke
That's what was
was
keeping you broke.
was exactly, it was a direct correlation to my mindset and the things that I was feeding myself mentally every single day. And as soon as that shifted, my whole life changed. And so I practice it often. I swear by it. I encourage other people to manifest as well. We grow up a lot of times feeling weird and guilty about wanting more. And, you know, you have to get out of that. We have
Yeah.
to normalize being okay with wanting abundance and claiming that for our lives, because we do deserve it, you
I
know?
know that's right.
So,
Could not
yeah.
agree more, guys. Y'all already know that. And now you are teaching after years of this journey. You are bringing the coins together, bringing the knowledge together. Pennies to Gold is a game changer for the people. Give me
Man,
a little bit more backstory. Tell me about Pennies to Gold.
I
What
don't think
can I get in that program?
I don't think I've ever been more passionate about anything, honestly. I put the past 2 years, it's been more than 2 years at this point. I've dedicated myself so much because, you know, as a drop shipper, you're not the face of your brand. You're
Right.
not the person that created it. Like we talked about, like it's a hack, you know? And so Pennies to Gold was my first product that I stood behind. And so you can imagine coming from a drop ship, that's a big deal when
Yeah,
you're
to have to
willing
put
to.
yourself out there.
Yes. And, you know, I've done that my whole life. I was the makeup artist behind the scenes because, you know, I just wasn't really ready to be the glamour girl in front of the scenes. And I
Right.
felt so much more confident behind the scenes, you know, and just seeing my work on billboards and on the celebrities who I knew could carry the legacy of what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
as a drop shipper, to make all this money again behind other people's proven products,
Right.
whether it's the fidget spinner, whether it's the this, the that, the problem solving thing that's already proven to work. I felt so confident being behind the scenes. And now here I am with this product that
And it's time to
I
get
put.
vulnerable.
It's time to get vulnerable and really just decide, like, you're going to keep being this shy girl who plays the backside, the hiding behind the scenes, or you're going to come and step into what you promised God two
Ooh,
years ago.
a
And,
word.
you know, you're going to sacrifice, you know, just everything. This has been a huge sacrifice. You know, you get so spoiled as a drop shipper, never having to go live, never having to
Mm-hmm.
communicate and talk to people, never having to have anybody know who you are. You just collecting all this money and don't nobody have to know you at all. So all of a sudden, like, you know, you have to connect with people and get vulnerable, tell them about your wins, show them, like, listen, this can change your life the way it changed my life. That was hard. I'm like, I'm a skeptic at the end of the day too. Like, people aren't going to believe me. People are, you know, they mindset, like, I went through all these things, you know, and ultimately it just boiled down to, like, I want to make a difference. I want people who are in Brandon's position who think that the only way to get ahead is by doing illegal things, or
Mm.
the woman who relies on sneaking to Vegas on the weekends to go dance and go do all these things that her family and friends don't know about just because she has to make ends meet, or the one who is dealing with a trick who beats her because he pays her bills and she has 3 kids and they got to be fed. It's like I was doing it for those people because those are the people that were my friends in my circle
Yeah.
at one point, and that, you know,
They needed a program like this, bottom line. And you had the
bottom
information,
line,
and that's how you show your gratitude to the universe. When it's each one
yes,
teach one, and
100%.
you use the blessing and the platform that the universe bestowed onto you, and then you 10x it by
Yeah,
giving it to somebody else, that is the highway
paying it
to
forward.
winning at life. When you pay it
Yes,
forward, when you take the blessing that you have, and it is a blessing to be a blessing. And that's why Pennies to Gold is so successful now.
it is. And I never, not that I, you know, didn't think it would be successful, but I didn't even know. Honestly, I feel so naive saying it. Like, I didn't even launch it expecting it to be a business. I just
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to come out with a blueprint that is everything that worked for me and
Mm.
that worked for the people that I had helped do it on a personal level. Because it all started when I was pregnant. I was on bed rest and I was just bored and miserable and depressed out my mind, like wondering if my baby was going to make it, if I was going to make it. And
Right.
I'm just like, I got to keep busy. So I love helping other people. I had so many of my friends asking about what I was doing. I was like, just come over, just come over. I just wanted people to be around me. I couldn't
Yeah, you
go
want a
anywhere and stuff.
company.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I'll help you start your business. I'll help you. And my friends would come over and I would coach them through it, and just seeing the transformation and seeing how empowered they would feel to go from living the life that we were living, used to living, to now excited to come to my house because they wanted to work on their business and their
Yes.
store. And I'm like, yo, this is a vibe. Like, I'm really like, this is dope. More people need need these results. More people need to learn this stuff. And I started helping friends who had brick and mortar locations that were struggling. And I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, why don't you just come do it my way? Like, I don't even leave the house. I'm on bed rest and I'm cashing out. Like, once people started realizing that, I didn't even realize how powerful that was until my friends were taking time off of work and off of their business, locate like at brick and mortars, to
Physical
come to
stores
my
to come
bed,
learn, yeah, and
to
learn
my
from you
bedside, to
while your
come.
Shopify was booming.
Yes. And
No
so that's when I
excuses.
realized, like, wow, I'm doing this from home, from my bed, from bed rest, from pregnancy. And
Right.
my child is going to be born, and I'm not going to have to take a maternity leave. Like, I'm going
Nope.
to be able to be with my healthy baby because I'm going to make sure I'm there to help my
Yes.
baby. And I'm still working. So all of that just played such a factor. And I'm just like, I cannot give up on this. I have to reach a bunch of women. I have to get this message out to as many women who see the value in this. I'm not one to convince. I'm not one to beg. I'm not. At one point, I was like, so taking it so personal. Like, why aren't my people getting this? Like, why aren't y'all understanding? Y'all know Brandon just came home from prison. I don't have to make this stuff up. Y'all know our
Right. You see
story.
the
You've
receipts.
seen me move from a damn studio in
Self-doubt.
Koreatown
It's
to
self-doubt. That's what
it's
that is. It's not
self-doubt.
you. It's not that your product isn't A1.
Yeah,
It's that they are not ready. They are
exactly.
mentally trapped in the cycle of poverty, of lack, and of scarcity. And even if you
Yep.
gave them the whole play for free, if you
Girl,
held their hand all the way through it and spoon fed it to them, they would not be ready.
they wouldn't. And that's why I had to come to terms with, you know what, Chelsea, you're a drop shipper. You know this. Stay down. Stay true to what you know. If one audience doesn't hit, you
The
got to
next one
switch.
will.
You got to, it doesn't mean it's not a winning product. It
Correct.
doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your product, your branding, your messaging. It just means you have not found the winning
For our audience.
audience for your product. So stay down to what you know and switch your audience and your target. And so, those same principles that made me successful with drop shipping, I just will always pay homage. And that's why I teach this specifically, because as I grow and I start new ventures and new income streams, I always revert to the core principles that made me successful with drop shipping. It still repeats itself in all these other businesses, and
Mm-hmm.
it's such a good feeling. So it is something I've given my all to. I'm constantly updating and upgrading because I want this to be an experience for the beginner, the newbie, that they don't feel how I felt when
Yeah,
I at
lost,
times worked with my
confused,
mentor.
YouTube
Yes.
until the song came up. Like, why
Yes.
struggle, guys, when you can get access to seven-figure store owning information from someone who's been there, done that, failed, struggled, and still pushed through and made it with a family? Like, come on now. If
Yeah.
that's not a major key, I don't know what
It,
is. We
it
turning
all
pennies
boils
into
down to
gold.
pennies, literally pennies into gold. And it's not just me, it's not just you. It's like, this is a real thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, people give up very prematurely in this industry because they tend to get into it because they realize it can be very fast. It can be overnight. It can be this fast thing, but you still got to put that skin in
Work.
the game. You still got to treat it as if it's a long-term play, because so many people just give up right before they strike. And I was almost one of those people. I was almost one of those people to write it off, like, I cannot find a winner, like. And that next product was my winner. That next product made me $250,000 off of
I know
one
that's
single
right.
item. So it's really just about that mindset and knowing that you're either, if you know you're destined for success and you know you're destined to be above the poverty line and you're a better than that shit, like, only you can really run with that urge. And
And
I
get
had
you
that
there.
urge right away. I'm like, I don't care if I fell in love with a felon. I don't care if I still am Chelsea Gaurriello, the one who graduated top of my class, the one who worked 23
Yes.
jobs to get through college. Like, I will not let his circumstance
Yep.
tell me that we're going to live like this.
And
Like,
never better.
no, no,
Yeah.
hell no,
It was
so it
unacceptable
has
for
to
your
be in
family.
me.
I
It
love,
was
come on now.
unacceptable.
It's do or die, guys. I
Unacceptable.
love that
Yes.
energy. I could talk to you for 100 hours, but
Same.
we have got to wrap it up.
Yes.
I am going to
Yes.
have you on a next episode. Don't even worry about that, guys. Chelsea will be back.
Yes.
As you know, always on every episode in the show notes, I will link Chelsea's Instagram, Pennies to Gold, her YouTube, everything you need to know about
Yes.
Chelsea. will be in the show notes. Before I let you go, I need a book of the week. Now, you just dropped a bomb book on me, but do you have another one that you want to give the people? Because knowledge is power. My audience is not like that. They
Yes.
don't have a problem opening a book. Is there another book that has influenced your life as a drop shipper, as a mom, as a manifester? Hit me with one.
So a book that I'm really enjoying um, is 12 Months to 1 Million by
Okay.
Ryan Moran. That's a really, really good one. And also Mindset by Carol Dweck. These
Mm-hmm.
are in my Audible list. And I really, really like Mindset by Carol Dweck because it goes back to like childhood,
Ooh.
and it kind of talks about like two different types of kids that this woman observed. And it's such an amazing book because it really talks about how the people with the right type of mindset, when they messed up, they were looking at it almost as like an experience. It wasn't a mess up. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a failure.
Wasn't the
It
end of the
was
world.
literally, it wasn't the end of the world. It was just the experiment. It was like, okay, now we know what not to do. It
Mm.
wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going to beat myself up. It was a learning experience that they really used to go harder the next time, because now they can rule that out. And it's like simple little things that you can learn so much from kids, like kids fall, they bump their head, they
And
hurt
they never
themselves,
give up.
but they never give up. Those little
Monsters.
little motherfuckers, like they don't give up. They push
Right.
through.
Imagine
And
if
it's
adults
like,
were like that.
imagine. And so that book really brought it back to the basics for me. And I was like, I identified myself a million times throughout that book, like, wow, I am very hard on myself. I'm one of those people that when I make mistakes, I'm like, why is it not working? It's not working. Like, no, it's not, like something's wrong. And it's just like, no, it's giving you your answer. It's not working. So don't do that no more.
Right.
Do it this way now.
Pivot.
And it's supposed to be like a happy moment. And instead we spend weeks sometimes
Beating
depressed and
ourselves up
mad at
about it.
what didn't work, instead of just not doing it again and doing something else and finding what did work. So that book is a really good book, and it really breaks it down. So yeah,
I
definitely
love
those
it. Let me
two books
add
are
that to my
great.
Audible list. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Listen,
good
if
one.
smart millionaires like Chelsea are reading it, honey, I will be reading it. I will be downloading it. And as always, I will
Yes.
put it in the show notes for you guys. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of starting a book club. I really don't have the time.
Girl, I
I
know.
want to start a book club.
I want
Ah,
to, and it's so good. It's such a it's an amazing thing to offer. I want to do it too, but it's like it is time consuming. I'm
it's
like,
so time consuming. Maybe we'll hire like 3 extra assistants and then
right.
we'll
Exactly.
co-launch a book
Exactly.
club.
Yeah, I'm down.
Y'all
It's hard to
DM
do
me,
things.
DM Chelsea. Let us know if you want this book club. You have been a pleasure. I knew you
Thank
would
you,
be.
babe.
I knew
This
you
was
were gonna crush it.
amazing. I will say, you guys, I'm starting YouTube. I'm definitely late to the party, but being that I lost my Instagram, I wanted to get more personal with you guys. And so feel free, search me. It's a new channel, so, it's nothing crazy right now, but we are growing. And I would love for you guys to be subscribers on that. I plan on delivering a lot more content, not just drop shipping, because I want to open up more, like I said, about my family, and show you guys behind the scenes of what it takes to live the life that we live, and just,
The
keep
whole
it
nine.
going, every day. So Chelsea Gaurriello is my name on, it's my name period, but on YouTube you can find me and subscribe.
It will
And
be in
then,
the show notes. You guys can link
yes,
directly to it. Don't worry about writing that down. I got the link for you.
perfect. And I'm also going to give Asia a link for you guys, because I want to really encourage y'all to believe in yourselves, really, and to know that if I could do it, if Asia could do it, you can do it too. I wanted to do something extra special for Mother's Day, and
Uh-oh.
I want to do something extra special for Mother's Day, because moms is who, I aim to help moms and women more than anything. And being that Mother's Day is around the corner, I decided to put my program on sale. Yes.
I am clutching
So,
my pearls, honey. We love a
yes.
good sale. Tell me more.
Yes.
Hold on now. Let me hold on
So,
to my wig. What's going
yes.
on?
I'm doing a sale for my program. My course is normally definitely high ticket as fuck. Okay, it's not for everybody
As should
because
be.
I work very
The
closely
price
with
is the price.
the price is the price. So it doesn't go on sale often. I will say that it's very rare, but I wanted to extend this because I want to make this a no-brainer. So it's 50% off. It's $19.97 right now.
Get
It's a
out.
7-week course where I work super closely with you to get you the results that you're after. And it's an amazing program because you're going to walk in as a beginner drop shipper and you're going to end knowing how to master ads. You're going to know how to sell using social media so that you never have to worry about going live. You never have to worry about posting all the time. Your business will be running on autopilot. And that's
Yes.
the true answer to financial freedom so that you can be present doing the things you want to do versus the things that you feel you have to do. Because I no longer have to trade time for money. And
I
that's
love
an
that.
amazing
You
skill that I
heard
want to
that,
pass on
guys.
to as many of you guys.
Autopilot.
Yes, yes.
Autopilot. What other businesses can you be in that are on autopilot? Literally nothing. And you've got
Yeah.
Chelsea giving us a blessing exclusively for the
Yeah,
Get Rich or Get Drunk
yeah.
Trying podcast.
Yes.
Do you want to
So
give the
hopefully
people
we
a
can
discount
create
code, or should we just drop it? The link in the show notes will already have the discount. How you want to
the
play
link.
it?
The link in the show notes are going to have the discount applied
Okay,
to it.
perfect.
I opened up 10 more spots, so I'm not sure when this will go live, but the 10 spots are open and available. It's first come, first serve. So if it doesn't work at checkout, it's simply because the spots have been
Have
filled.
been taken. And you
Um,
guys already know you have notifications on for this show.
yeah.
When they drop, they drop. So get that credit card ready.
Get that credit. Listen, if you're trying to make 6 figures in 6 months, this is the program for you. I've even upgraded it last week and included access to my own ads team to consult with my students. So at this point, it's a freaking no-brainer. If you're trying to get paid, this is what you need to do.
I love
So
it.
that's it. But
I am here for it. It was a
yes,
pleasure to have you,
girl,
Chelsea.
it was
We will be
great. Thank
scheduling
you.
episode 2 soon because we didn't even get
I
into about
already
a
know.
million other things we got to talk about. And
Yes.
we should book a live. I think we should do a live on
We
Instagram.
should. We should. I need to get back on my live game I'm down whenever you are.
Y'all heard
Actually, we're
it.
gonna be in your city. We're gonna go to Miami again 26, 27. Sorry, 27 to 28th. So maybe on the 28th, if you're free, we can link up for lunch or
Ooh,
something.
I love it. I love that
Yeah,
idea. All right, guys, you
let's
heard it
do
here
it.
first. We love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this week on Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. Thank you again to the Miss Chelsea Gaurriello. Learn with Chelsea. I love you, girl. You're such a rock star. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you always get notifications. Connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.